Welcome to the channel for the first time viewers. Welcome back for my existing subscribers. I am going to go ahead and run through some of the basics of my, not necessarily all of Windows, but by the end of this video, the goal is to get you to understand how not to have background tasks running. Super basic. It's just something that some people would forget to do and will lose random performance because of it. How to access the the COD folder, so you could make some edits to the cod.options.cst. And also I'll take a look at my Nvidia settings. So first we'll just go to the taskbar, not taskbar, but the Control-Shift-Escape. We'll open up your task manager. And one thing you could do is click on the performance here and make sure that everything that you don't need is disabled. Specifically, you want to make sure that launchers are disabled, right? So like Discord update, battle.net, Steam, those all want to start with your PC. You want to make sure all of those are off. Sometimes no difference on performance. Sometimes this will, let's say you're playing a game on EA. Typically it won't start an update while you're playing, but let's say you're playing COD and this decides that it wants to update Battlefield, then it'll kick off the update for you. So you just want to make sure that, again, nothing that you don't need to be running on your PC is running. So that's that there. Next, we're going to look at the COD folder. This is just something I get a lot of questions on, like how do I change my CPU render worker account? So you go to your file explorer, go full screen, you click on your documents. This is a pretty fresh version of Windows. So Call of Duty, players, and you'll see, if you played Modern Warfare 2, you're going to see options for .4.cod.cst or COD 23. You'll also see 22. 23 is Modern Warfare 3. So just think of the year it came out. You open it with your notepad. And what they did this time is they moved this section to the top. This is a number that you'll play around with. I'm also going to show you where to get to the benchmark within Modern Warfare because I don't know why they hit it, but they tucked it away for some reason. So again, it's just if you want to test and see how this is impacting performance. 7 I found is usually the best to go with, but you could try anything from 5 to 8. So if you have a 7950X3D, try 5 to 8, keep what you want. Same goes for Intel. 5 to 8, keep the highest one. All right, there's some other settings you can change here too, but we're not going to go into them. I do like that they said do not modify on some of these. So that's pretty cool. So close that out. Again, you go to your file explorer, documents, options.cod or .4.cod23.cst. All right, before I launch the game and show you where the benchmark is, we're going to take a look at my Nvidia settings, which are super easy. So display settings, I lied to you. So you right click on the desktop and then you click more options, Nvidia control panel, make this full screen. And what you can do is adjust image settings with a preview. And what I do, this is me personally, I mean, you can do however you want. I go here first and I click this to performance. I hit apply in the bottom right corner. And then after I apply, I go back in here. And what you'll need to do is you will need to go to power management mode and set it to maximum performance. There's some other things that you can lower here too. Like you can lower texture filtering quality all the way to high performance or performance. Just see whichever one works, get you that little bit of extra oomph. The last thing that you can do is if you go to change desktop resolution, you can, if you have a monitor that supports 10-bit color, it's just a little bit more depth in the color. You can change this from 8-bit to 10 or to 10-bit. But the way you do that is you click this radio button that says use NVIDIA color settings. And where is it? I think it's this one here. Yeah. Last thing, if you want your game to look the way that my uploaded videos look, you can change this digital vibrance and slide it up. Make sure not to use your scroll wheel on this section because it'll actually increase and decrease. What you can do is you can go and slide this up to like 60 or 70. Just keep it to wherever you like. There's some reference images so you can see over here, and it will just make it look a lot more vibrant. So that's how you can do it there. Nope. All right. So now we're going to launch the game, and we are going to the benchmark. So let me see if I can mute the sound from the game. If I can remember this. As soon as it launches, there it is. Okay. All right. Last game, it was actually pretty simple. I don't know why they moved the benchmark. It's kind of silly to me. So it is what it is, though. The system we're running with is a 4080 Aorus Master. You see, for some reason, it's boosting to like 3090, which is crazy. So to get to the benchmark, it used to be you could scroll through, and it was like towards the bottom, or if you clicked on, I think it was multiplayer, you'd be able to find the benchmark. But this time, you want to go to private match. So here you'll see the ability to go over, click private match, and this is where they tuck the benchmark away. So as you change your render worker count, and as you change your settings, you can go in here and just start the benchmark. So I'll run this just so y'all can see. I don't really need my overlay for MSI Afterburner, but I'll leave it for now. You get a pretty good recap at the end. I like that it breaks it down by section too, so that's pretty cool. Right now, the settings I'm using is the minimum preset with 100% render scale. That's the one thing I changed. And then the terrain memory, I took that down from max to min. So let me reset this real quick. Got your server latency in the bottom right. Now keep in mind, I am losing a good little bit of FPS just from recording. So if you have the same exact kit, you're using, right now I'm using 7600 C34. If you're using the same exact thing, probably get a few more frames. Usually it's like 15, worst case scenario is like 20, best case scenario is like 5, 10. So it kind of really just depends on the work that the GPU is calling for. So right now we're at 98%. It's pretty much going to be locked and pinned there the whole time. And you can see the progress bar at the top. It lets you know which zone you're going to be in next. So now we're going to zone 5, which wraps up the benchmark. And this is at 1440p. You can see the GPU is all of my bottleneck. This is actually lower earlier today. When I'm not recording, the average FPS was 497 on the CPU. And I don't remember the low fifth and the low first, like the 1% lows. I don't remember that. But I do remember that this was 497. I was like, so close to 500. This was 100% before. And if you really want to take a look, deep dive into your settings or the results, turn this off. You can go through all of it, zone 1, and then it tells you what is actually on display here. So like volumetric quality, it tells you the CPU load, the GPU load. So if you want to make tweaks, you can kind of really fine tune your system. And it tells you, again, for each of these sections, what was going on. So in zone 2, my CPU was averaging 557 FPS. So if I had a card that was fast enough to push it, that would be around where I would get. All right, so 467 in zone, or 464 in zone 3, 448 in zone 4, 470 in zone 5, and zone 1 was 515. So everything is kind of just capped by what you were seeing with the 270s. I don't really think, unless I could try to overclock the memory, I don't really think there's going to be too much more I could do as far as the GPU goes, because it's a 4080, so it's not even like a 4090. All right, I'm gonna catch you on the flip. Let me know if you have questions. And again, let's just do a full recap. Take it from the top. Yeah, we'll close this out. Boom. So, Control Shift Escape. Hit the little thing that looks like a gas gauge. Make sure that nothing that you don't need. Like if you have the Realtek audio, you obviously want to leave that on because that's kind of going to be like your audio drivers. You leave that type of stuff on, but nothing that you don't need. So that is one thing there. Then we talked about File Explorer, Documents, Call of Duty, Players, COD.cst, open with your notepad. And then they moved it on the Modern Warfare 3 all the way up to the top, which is dope. It used to be all the way to the bottom. So if you're playing Warzone, you'll have to scroll to the bottom to see this. And we talked about Nvidia settings. So right click on the desktop, show more options, Nvidia control panel. And then I showed you how I normally just do a quick use preferred preference with emphasizing performance. So click on that, click performance, then click apply. And then I click use advanced. And especially if you're on a laptop, your laptop will probably have its own third-party software too, but you can go in and prefer maximum performance, so it kind of tells you. And then you could do your monitor refresh rate as well. So you could do highest available, which I don't know why I didn't have that on before, but that's just going to be like the refresh rate on your monitor. All right, so mine's at 270 hertz. It's usually going to do the same thing anyways, but you can manually set it. Then we launched the game, and I showed you where to get the benchmark. So again, catch you on the flip. Easy.